Okay, so today we are going to learn how to place a decimal fraction on a number line. This is going to help us with our upcoming lessons on rounding and just any other time we want to have some number sense about what these decimal fractions mean. All right, so we're going to start with the number 2 and 462 thousandths. All right, the first thing we're going to do is start with our whole number. So that's anything that comes before the decimal. So right here, you'll see we have a 2. And we're going to color code that. We're going to make that red with a circle there. So the only thing I'm going to worry about right now is placing this 2 on the number line. So I'm going to start here with a 0 and a 10 as my end points. Halfway between 0 and 10 would be 5. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and so what am I doing right now? I am trying to place my whole number, just the 2, on a number line. Okay, go ahead and circle that guy right there. So I'm placing the whole number 2. So do I see it on here? I absolutely do. Here it is. There is 2. Okay, make a nice big circle here so I can see where I have placed my whole number. All right, so next up, I'm going to move on to the 4, which is in the tenths place. So I'm going to put a blue box around the 4. Okay, so now what am I doing? I am going to be placing tenths. I already placed my whole number, so now I'm going to focus on just 24 tenths, or 2 and 4 tenths. So now I'm placing tenths on a number line. Okay, and where do tenths fall on a number line? Well, tenths come in between whole numbers. This 2 and 4 tenths, right, is a little bit more than 2, but less than 3. So I'm going to put an arrow right here to show that I know that 2 and 4 tenths is going to come somewhere in between the whole numbers 2 and 3. A little bit more than 2, a little bit less than 3. Okay, so I'm placing 2 and 4 tenths on this number line, and it's going to come somewhere between 2 whole numbers. Okay, so there's my whole numbers there. And I've got my tenths. All right, so which 2 whole numbers does it come between? We said right here. Okay, 2 and 4 tenths is going to come somewhere between 2 and 3. So it's like we're zooming in on just this segment right here. Okay, this line here and here. So this 2 becomes the end point over here, and this 3 becomes the end point over here. We're zooming in on just this little part right here because we know 2 and 4 tenths is somewhere in there. Okay, let's find our midpoint. So what's halfway between 2 and 3? Well, that's 2 and a half. Or how do we write that as a decimal? 2 and 5 tenths. Okay, you can go whichever direction you feel most comfortable, to the right or to the left. If you want to go 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, and then look, this is 3, so it would be like 3.0. Okay, 2.4, 2.3, 2.2, and 2.1. Okay, so now we're trying to place 2 and 4 tenths. Do we have that on here? We sure do, right here. Right? So we have now placed 2 and 4 tenths on our number line. So we're ready to move on. Let's place our hundredths. How many hundredths do we have? Well, 2 and 46 hundredths. I'm going to draw a little cloud. Can't tell it's a cloud because it's yellow, but it is, trust me. Where do hundredths fall? Okay, think about that. So hundredths on a number line come between, all right, well, tenths came between 2 whole numbers, so hundredths are going to come between 2 tenths. Where are we going to find 2 and 46 hundredths? Somewhere in here. Right? 2.46 is a little bit more than 2.4, but not quite 2.5. So somewhere in here lies 2.46. So remember, these become our endpoints. We're zooming in on just this part of the number line. So the 2.4 comes over here as our endpoint, and this 2.5 comes over here as our other endpoint. Okay, let's find that midpoint. We're sensing a pattern here, right? Halfway between 0 and 10 was 5. Halfway between 2 and 3 was 2.5. So what we have in common is that 5. Okay, so we had 0 out of 5, 2.5, 2.4. You guess? 5, 2.45. Okay, so this is like 2.40. So we've got 2.41, or 2 and 42 hundredths, 2 and 43 hundredths, 2 and 44 hundredths. There's our midpoint, 2 and 45 hundredths. Then we have 2 and 46 hundredths, 2 and 47 hundredths, 2 and 48 hundredths, 2 and 49 hundredths, and 2 and 5 tenths, or 2 and 50 hundredths. Okay, so remember, we're trying to place 2 and 46 hundredths, right? Where did hundredths come? They came between 2 tenths. Which 2 tenths? In our case, our number is somewhere between 2 and 4 tenths and 2 and 5 tenths. Okay, let's go back and catch up with our color coding here. All right, so we're trying to place 2 and 46 hundredths. Do we have 2 and 46 hundredths on our number line? We sure do. It's right here, right? 2 and 46 hundredths. Almost done. So now we're going to move on to our final digit. Okay, in the thousandths place, I'm going to do a green triangle type thing here. Okay, so I placed my whole number, my 2. I placed 2.4, my tenths, 24 tenths. I placed my hundredths, which was 246 hundredths. And I'm finally to my thousandths. Okay, so I am placing, let's put an S here. I am placing thousandths on a number line. Well, where do thousandths come? Tenths came between 2 whole numbers. Hundredths came between 2 tenths. That means thousandths on a number line are going to come between 2 what? Hundredths. Okay, so I've got my triangle here on my thousandths, and they're going to come between 2 hundredths. All right, so which 2 hundredths? Well, I'm trying to place 2 and 462 thousandths. That's going to be somewhere a little bit more than 2.46, but not quite 2.47. So notice all of these, wherever we placed it, we knew that our next number was going to come in that space that came after it. Okay, so 2 and 46 hundredths. 2 and 46 hundredths becomes my first endpoint, right? 2.46 comes over here, and 2.47 comes over here. We are zooming. We're almost there. So what is our midpoint? Well, what did we do here? We had 2.4. Our midpoint was 2.45. We added the 5. So if our endpoint here is 2.46, then the midpoint is going to be 2.465. Okay? I'm going to start turning these on the diagonal here to make it easier to write. So this is like 2.460, right? We need to be thousandths. So 2.461, 2.462, 2.463, 2.464. Here's our midpoint, 2.465, 2.466, 2.467, 2.468, and 2.469. Right? And then here's our 2.47 or 470. All right, my friends, we are trying to place 2 and 462 thousandths. Do we finally, after all of that work, have 2.462 on here? We certainly do. Look at it. It's right here. So where does 2 and 462 thousandths fall on a number line? You can see it falls between 2 hundredths, which falls between 2 tenths, which falls between 2 whole numbers. Okay, so we have successfully zoomed in from our whole number to our tenths, to our hundredths, and finally placed 2 and 462 thousandths on a number line. Great job.